Hey there, my name is Syalp, and I'm with...
Captain with P. Hey.
So, we're gonna play The Beginner's Guide. It's not a game about choices and shit. It's a very meaningful game, I think. I would say. It is something that means a lot to me, and we won't be as fun. Of course, we're gonna crack jokes at the most, because even in seriousness, we tend to crack jokes, you know?
I'm terrible for that.
No, I mean, it's fine for me, honestly. I gotta say.
You know, don't go into history if you don't like telling dark jokes, or if your friend group isn't fine with that. Never learn anything in history. It'll make you desensitized.
Or do. That's not my choice.
It's about if you care about your friend group and if they're fine with dark jokes.
Definitely, yeah. However, the beginner's guide is something more serious, so just know that, Captain. It means a lot to me.
I put on my serious face.
You've just put down the comedy mask and put on the tragedy mask.
Put down the colon-free mask and put on the colon reverse-free mask.
The ice mask, like I had. Don't forget, yes. Anyway, should I start, or is there any question you have? What do you think this game's about?
What do I think this game's about?
Because you have seen it, actually, but you don't remember anything.
If it wasn't for you bringing up something at some point in one of our conversations, I wouldn't know. It has something to do with someone's friendship. I know that.
Right. Other than that, nothing.
Nothing. I am blank.
Awesome.
It's about lamps.
Yeah, kinda.
Okay. You wouldn't put a lamp there. You wouldn't even mention the lamp if it wasn't important, you know? Okay, the blue curtains means the guy's sad. You can't just have blue curtains.
Chekhov's gun?
Yeah. Chekhov's gun.
Hey, I'm educated in certain ways.
This is Beginner Guide's lamp.
So, yeah, what do you think the name means?
I mean, it's the guide for someone beginning something, but I don't know what we're beginning.
Well, should I start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, you just began something. That's what it's about. It's about you.
It's about me, and it's about you. Anyway, please sure to make the audio's on.
Nah, I'm just gonna mute the stream real quick. No?
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Wreden. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment.
Looks quite good.
But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these
and now you're selling me your friend's
blobs
map
and
for
impossible
$10.
floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this?
Hey, you're not Disney.
This is
you
what
can't
I like
ask that
about
question.
All of Coda's games. I mean,
What was going
not that they're
on inside
all
his head?
fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games
I don't know if you get that
themselves.
reference.
I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here.
He said a quote was like...
It's 2008. Coda starts making these games.
He said like a quote, and it sounded the exact same to me as like, at least from my memory, as to like a trailer that Disney really paid a lot of money for in advertising. They must have, because it was playing everywhere all the time when that movie was being released.
Which movie?
Inside Out.
Oh, I know that movie. I love it.
You probably watched it in German. That's probably why you don't know the quote. But because it's in English, duh. The quote.
What's the quote?
I wonder what's going on inside her head. Or something like that.
Yeah.
He never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet. He just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever.
Why can't I get such energy for my
this image
stuff?
Of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since.
To your knowledge.
And that's why I've taken this opportunity.
knowledge.
Maybe now he's
to gather
making
all of his work
Carlson and
together.
drinking milk.
Is because I find his
Yeah,
games
definitely.
powerful and
That's Coda.
interesting.
You figured-
and I'd like
you
this
fiddled
collection
the
to reach
riddle.
him, to maybe
I
encourage
fiddled
him
the
to start
riddle.
creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure
that's
it'll
all.
just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch,
Write down an email.
you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com.
Screenshot. Oh, never mind.
Okay, that's about it for introduction.
David
Let's take a look at Coda's first
at
proper game.
gmail.com.
As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Are you ready?
Okay. Let's get.
So after the Counter-Strike map with the whole boxes, it's not this.
Okay, this
Whisper
is
machine.
game 2.
Yeah, this is the real game. The first one was a Counter-Strike map.
Okay. Let's get. We have a Waffen. Oh wait, sorry.
Yeah.
English. We have a weapon.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Sorry, we've been speaking a bunch of German today. My bad, chat.
Yeah. Chat.
You know what, Mike? Yeah.
Sure.
You're calling them chat on this channel.
Oh, I can even shoot with left with E.
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have
Yeah.
this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his
Okay.
games for what they are,
Lo-
rather
okay.
than for what they're
MT.
not.
Oh.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Oh, look, the bottom of the universe, Captain.
Yeah, we found it. I mean, you know, the Virginian scientists, they found it a long time ago.
What?
Amazing Coda found it too, though.
Yeah.
Apparently the space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever
Because
been able to
they're
discern,
fun.
so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
No, they're fun.
Apparently not for him.
Arse.
Or, if you'd really like to solve the labyrinth, you're welcome to do that too. Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the Whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Talking about the Whisper machine. The Whisper.
Hey!
Oh my god, sorry.
Health.
In the engine room.
Danke.
You could save us all. That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing
I like
a great
whispering.
black heat signature.
Whisper.
Your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're not whispering anymore. I guess we have to give our life then.
Oh, okay.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Honestly, so much better. Like we're ascending
Really?
to heaven. I mean, we've
I
done
guess,
seen the
yeah.
bottom of the universe.
The
Let's go
beam
to the
causes
top of
you to
it.
start floating.
Yeah.
And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic
Oh, I ain't
system.
feeling all that.
Or this floating
All that
could be the
artsy
afterlife,
fartsy
a
crap.
peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse.
See?
I don't even know. I have
Genau.
no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves
Stops
on to a
working.
stream of tiny little games
that
that
annoyed
go in
me.
all sorts of directions.
What the?
Let's go ahead and take a look at
Stop-
the first
he
game he
stopped
made
work on
after
this.
leaving this one behind.
That just annoyed my brain. Stops working.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The past was behind her. We can't walk forward, left, or right, but we can walk backwards.
Yep, in this game you can only walk backwards.
Okay.
Let's get.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
But the future.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. But if the future's always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need
I
anything
didn't
more than
understand.
that. Which to me
Can
is
you
why
translate
it
to
works,
English?
Because it gets out quick.
Can you translate from like
Okay,
art to
next
English?
one.
Did you actually not understand it?
I don't speak painting.
You're now entering.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it
Okay.
interesting.
Nonsense.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Is the point of many of these games going to be that he has some weird obsession
I wish I'd known him at
with
the time
like
that he was
one
making these
singular
early
idea?
games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was
Doesn't
making
that sound
it.
human?
Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead
Sounds
to
like
him.
a certain type of
And
human.
I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
What do you mean? It sounds like me, honestly.
No, you're all over the place. That's very different, actually. You can't
Oh,
keep
okay.
yourself on one topic.
I guess. I mean, I try my best.
Well, you know, keep on trying. You know, actually, you're pretty focused on one idea, but you keep going around it different. No, not really. Not really. No. You're
Sometimes I
multiple.
do that.
You're just generally creative, to be honest. I'd say,
Yeah.
yeah. I'd say at points you get in moods where you get into the rhythm of like a certain type of thing. Like, okay, we're gonna be doing the internet today, games today, so and such. You know.
Yeah, that's weird. Meanwhile, what do you mean with Coda then?
I don't know because I don't know anything. I'm just guessing because he says like this game will make sense free games later. So that implies that these games are all going to be centered around one idea in my head. That's how I read what he just said.
Well, do you want to see if you're right?
I do.
Okay, then let's go.
I remember there being like an Easter egg here because
Yeah, there is.
deja vu. I've been in this place before.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring
Don't
you
press
back
enter.
up to full speed so you can enter
Well,
the
why?
door for yourself.
Actually, no. We only have 5 minutes left. We need to just get up there.
Okay.
I was thinking like, wouldn't it be funny just to...
Send X and selling a bear for 3 hours. Place you collect items X.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Sell your own body, selling all strategy to make the most money before you die.
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see
they all
that.
said that.
It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Why
I can't
make it go faster then? Why make us go faster then?
Because this is a game that we paid $10 for.
Ah, okay.
And also he's just selling his friends' games.
Mm-hmm. Ready, set, fish!
I'm really hoping his friend got some of the royalties.
Oh, he definitely didn't.
Oh, isn't that kind?
Exactly.
What a fucking...
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual
Asshole.
puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
So what do you do?
Okay.
Is a puzzle?
Let's start with the lever. I mean, it seems obvious. We have a few minutes left. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's walk forward. Okay. Is there a lever hidden in the dark?
No.
You sure? Just behind where the other
Yes.
lever is? Okay, okay. Walk
No.
back. Okay, walk back through, but walk back in. Oh, wait. Maybe... Okay. Flip the switch and walk in. Can we do that?
You smart cookie!
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
Can't he get creative?
No.
This guy's friends' games were not worth $10, and he shouldn't have sold them. It's not his to sell.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end.
I
Simple
mean,
enough.
imagine if you sent
Alright,
me a game and
now
I
I'm going
sold
to
it.
modify the game again, so that when you
$10 on
press
Steam.
enter, it'll remove all of the walls
Imagine
from
you
this
send
room.
someone a game and they send it to another friend to bully you.
What?
Oh.
Oh, that'd be terrible. Yeah. Hold up, where are you getting that one from, though?
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way
Private?
of knowing. I
Okay.
actually find it funny
Well, don't
that
make a
this
reference
game
to
comes
it.
after the Stairs game, since they
I
essentially
wanted to
convey
say
the
it.
opposite idea.
Yet it happened
So,
to me.
in the Stairs game, a dull
We'll just leave it
exterior concealed a rich
Yeah,
interior.
yeah.
And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
To go along?
I guess, yeah. Okay.
We're about to end.
You're now exiting.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role
Are they?
in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture
Am I
is.
supposed to be feeling something?
Why?
I'm asking if I'm supposed to feel something.
No, not yet.
Okay.
You're just trying to understand, right?
Well, anyway, we've hit 20 minutes.
This is not all. Yeah, but like we can still talk a little bit about it.
Okay.
What we just played through. So we have went through the intro, right?
So...
What do you all remember? Let's just go what you remember.
It was a Counter-Strike map, and then the guy made me think of Inside Out,
Mm-hmm. Right.
and also his friend would delete the games without even playing them.
Not delete, just stop working on them and then go to the next.
ADHD.
Firstly, we made the Counter-Strike map, then just started Whisper and then stopped working on it after the bug happened.
He stopped on it after a bug, and
Uh-huh.
he found it very interesting. It made him feel something, and then he worked on the backwards game that I didn't understand.
We can play it again.
Maybe we should play off camera again, so I'll understand.
Yeah, how about that, yeah.
Then we enter, we get stairs,
We enter. That's the entire game, by the way.
and then we get puzzle, then we exit,
Exiting, and that's...
and then the next game.
Yeah. Okay. Wanna end it?
Yeah.
Because, okay. Well, thank you for watching.
See ya.
That was fast.